Today you will put your name on the bottom of all spreads that you are over. I'm going to use the community service page by Sean just as an example. Before I show you how to put your name on your spread, I want to show you some shortcuts that you may not know exist. So Sean did have these all nice and lined up. I moved them over on purpose so I can show you a trick. First, if you want to see how a page is printed, you can click the eyeball up here and all the grid lines go away. And you notice that with or without the grid lines, these pictures right now aren't lining up. Yes, you could go in and move them over all by hand, but here's a fast way. If you hold down your Shift key and then click on each picture you want to line up here is a Arrange Objects tool that allow you to line things up. And as these are kind of vertical and I want them lined left, I'm going to choose this one and it grabs everything and lines it up. Same thing on text. These two, the answer blocks should be lined up together. I'm going to line them up against the left. You can do that vertically, horizontally. You can do that many different ways. All right. Something to think about for next month in April is your background picture. Some of your pages are just way too busy and you want to leave the background white. That's perfectly fine. Some of them you might want to consider doing a color background. To do that, you just draw a giant box. And if you don't see a color you want, I could find one for you. You can also make the red and blue a lot lighter and darker. And then once you draw the box, you can send it to the back. Another thing that you can do is start taking pictures of not people, but objects, because you don't want to put people in the background and then end up covering up their face. Let's pretend that one of these is an object. I know this is a person, but I just want to use it as an example. You draw the box and then drop in a photo. It goes to the background. For sure, we want to lighten it up. You go to Object, Effects, Transparency, and then greatly change the opacity of this. Sorry, up here, wrong one. Object opacity, way down. That is just one way to do a background photo. So like community services could be like canned goods or something in the background, or a Christmas tree from Adopt a Child or a present, or all of those items. So I just wanted to give you a heads up in April that if you plan to have a background picture, to start taking photos of objects that you encounter along the way. But background photos are completely optional. I want to show you a short way or easy way to zoom in. Yes, you can magnifying glass and do it the old-fashioned way, but what I like to do is if I want to see something down here, when I click on it with my arrow key and then select it, hold on. There we go. I don't know why I wasn't choosing that for a second. When I want to zoom in on something specific, not just like the very center of the page, if you click on something and then on your keyboard hold down Control plus, it takes me right there. So if I was trying to zoom in on this, it would take me right to that caption. All right, while we're down here on this side, I want to show you our left folio. It's going to be a black bar right here. Our colors are red, white, blue, and black for the cover. We have to carry those throughout the book. On the left-hand side of the folio, it's going to show you the even page number and then what chapter you are in. On the right-hand side of the screen, which I scrolled way far too much for. It's going to show you the page number on the right. It does seem to sit a little far over here if you have a double-digit page number, especially with something with the 1, but page like 241, we need all of this space. It says what page you're on. So this is Sean's Community Service Projects page. These aren't movable. These are actually done in a separate program away from your spread. It's actually in the very background of this. So if you see any problems with how this appears on the left side or the right side, let Beavers know to fix that. All right, let's talk about how to put your name on there. You saw the preview a second ago. Take your text tool, click and drag a box. Don't worry about where it is right now. And then type in page with the big P, by with the little b, colon, that's the dot one, space, and then your name. You need to do, I spelled that wrong. You need to do this on all pages that you are in charge of. Highlight it, and up here in Select Style, I've programmed it to have everyone be the page by name to be the same font and the same size. So if you click Page by Name, don't click Photo by, it puts it in AHJ function condensed and the right size. If you want to zoom in, make sure that the blue box at the top of this text box touches the blue of the thing above it, and that you line up the P with the two color bars or with that little tiny gray line right there that you can barely see. So we're going to put this left justified or left align and top align with the blue line above it and then with the red and blue line on the left. When you're done, you can just file save and then repeat this on each page you're in charge of. Those of you who do things like the people chapter and you have multiple pages, go to edit copy once you have a good one. And then when you go to your next page, don't do edit paste, go to edit paste in place. So I know this is Avi's page and not Sean's, but if this was another page that Sean was doing, it would put exactly where it's supposed to go and the exact same font. And then, like, you know, this is the senior chapter that Emily's doing. You just go to the next page and edit paste in place. So that is a quick way to paste something in the exact same spot, font, and size that you needed before. Let me know if you have any questions.